Fox News takes a stand for CNN? More tastelessness in Hollywood and a piece of Hollywood that is now shattered. All of that coming up today on The Rebel Buzz. Fox News has been losing me for a while, and I really don't think that I'm alone. With the Murdoch sons being even more liberal than their father and their extreme liberalism that supersedes and takes precedent over their business acumen, I've seen some subtle and some not so subtle changes over the last few years that have caused me to change the channel. One recent indicator for me that they are moving to the left was their defense of CNN and CNN's White House press correspondent Caitlin Collins. Now, it is no secret that with the exception of a very few number of journalists, the press corps is incredibly hostile to this president and his administration. During Obama's term, the press was notoriously soft on him and rarely pressed him on decisions or announcements made by the White House. But times are a-changin', and this correspondent, I think, crossed the line. Now, let me be clear. I am not for shutting down journalists or suppressing free speech or the press. But their appalling behavior and treatment of this president and his staff over the last few years has been unlike anything we have ever seen, especially in the context of what should be a professional and respectful environment. Earlier in the day, Caitlin Collins repeatedly shouted questions after the press was repeatedly asked to leave. CNN contends that it's because the president didn't like the questions, which is an absurd assertion because literally every single press conference is consumed with rude and accusatory questions from the journalists at CNN and their cronies. That's no different. Following the presser, many of the journalists proceeded to the Rose Garden for an announcement regarding the president's meeting with European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker. Collins was informed by Press Secretary Sarah Sanders and White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Communications Bill Shine that her attendance at the Rose Garden portion was denied. Just her. Anyone else from CNN would have been fine. Now, Sarah Sanders has graciously allowed reporters to scream at her, talk over her, and generally act like a bunch of horses behinds. But later on in the evening, Fox News reporter Bret Baier announced this on air. As a member of the White House press pool, Fox stands firmly with CNN on the issue of access. Now, if we're going to get nitpicky about White House access, let's at least talk about when the Obama administration repeatedly denied access to Fox News, most notably from a panel presser with the Treasury Department's executive pay czar, Kenneth Feinberg. Does Fox News have amnesia, or has the culture of the network changed so much under Lachlan and James Murdoch that they are now more sympathetic to employees of CNN than their own? In my opinion, this was a long time coming and fully deserved, and Fox should not insert themselves, especially to the extent that they defend fake news CNN. I talk to people on a regular basis who are ditching Fox for other televised networks or subscription services like The Rebel. Of course, I'm partial to that decision because I'm a part of The Rebel, but I also think that you will find more honest reporting from our outlet and those like us. So, thanks to you for supporting us. Do not worry, we will not let hate-consumed liberal offspring take over and turn this company into another fake news network. Anyone ever watch Rick and Morty? It's an adult cartoon on Cartoon Network's late-night comedy block Adult Swim. It's been relatively successful, running on the network since 2013, but one of the co-creators, Dan Harmon, was recently under fire for a video that resurfaced on 4chan. In the video titled Daryl, the character goes back in time and molests child serial killers. Harmon then makes a cameo as a therapist who molests a baby doll. Harmon apologized, saying this: "Nobody should ever have to see what you saw, and for that, I sincerely apologize." Cartoon Network also released a statement condemning it, but Harmon was not fired. He still got his job. So he got away with it. And you know what they say about people who get away with bad behavior. They're just going to keep behaving badly. So in true recidivist fashion, the repeat offender Harmon is under fire again for a sketch of a nude Barron Trump. The sketch is from April 2017, and I'm just wondering, is this seriously what's considered comedy now? Is this what's considered creative? It's not even funny, and it's wildly inappropriate. And it also makes me wonder if this guy, Dan Harmon, is a pedophile. He's got videos about raping children, and now this naked picture of the president's son. This guy should be investigated. I hope their show gets canceled, not because I oppose freedom of speech, but because they are completely classless, tasteless, and disrespectful, and they should not be allowed to have any influence whatsoever over any generation of viewers. All right, this has got to be the longest running temper tantrum in all of human history. How long is this screaming, crying toddler shtick going to continue? Does the left think that destroying property just because it says Trump on it is going to do anything? He's still the president. He's still your president. And he's all the way across the country in Washington, D.C. at the White House trying to make this country better for everyone. I highly doubt he cares what you're doing here in LA. But around 3:30 a.m. on Wednesday morning, a 24-year-old carried a guitar case along Hollywood Boulevard, whipped out his pickaxe, and proceeded to demolish Donald Trump's star like a crazed construction worker. It's not the first time the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame has drawn attention. As reported by the LA Times, since the 2016 election, Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame has been subject to spit, kisses, dog feces, selfies, and urine. It's been sharpied, graffitied, walled in, and sledgehammered. Now, never mind the fact that rapists like Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey's star on the boulevard remain untouched, because, yeah, who cares about them? They're not bad people. Now, what these brainless Trump haters fail to realize is that the city is going to replace his star. They do every time. So every time you do this, you are ensuring the fact that Donald Trump's star on the Walk of Fame is the newest and shiniest star in the city. So if you really want to stick it to the man, ignore it. But I know that's very hard for them to do, since very few of them have much going on in their lives and their daily agendas than hating Trump. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'm Amanda Head, the Hollywood conservative for The Rebel. If you enjoyed my commentary and want to hear more from all of us here at The Rebel, subscribe to our premium content at www.therebel.media/shows. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and Twitter for all of our latest news, and download our new app for The Rebel Media on the App Store. That way you will have instant access to all of our latest videos and your favorite Rebel shows. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Amanda Head for The Rebel.